What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Toxin Gaming. Today I am going to be going over my Dark Unity Evil Hero Lightning Golem deck profile. I got this idea from Team JDG here on YouTube. They do speed duel content, so if you're into weekly speed duel content, I think they're more on a daily schedule now. Highly recommend checking out their channel. But other than for that, we're going to jump right into this. Dark Unity is a really cool skill that came out in Duelists Shadows, and the part of the skill that we're really going to be focusing on is the second part here that says that you can discard one card and add one Dark Fusion from your deck to your hand. This is Dark Fusion. It's pretty much poly for your Evil Hero monsters, but it makes it to where your Evil Heroes cannot be targeted the turn that they are summoned. So that in itself is really strong. The card that the deck is going to be really going into is Evil Hero Lightning Golem, which is just Elemental Hero Thunder Giant's evil counterpart. This card is really cool because you are able to, once per turn, target a monster on the field and destroy that target. Doesn't matter if it's face up or face down, and you do not have to discard for cost, unlike Thunder Giant. So the deck profile is pretty straightforward. It's pretty simple. We're only going to be playing 3 Sparkman, 1 Clayman, and then we are going to be playing 3 Versago, 3 Breaker the Magical Warrior, and then 2 A Hero Lives, 1 Reinforcements of the Army, 2 Allure of Darkness, 2 Dark Calling, 1 Dark Fusion, and 2 Galaxy Cyclone. So the big thing about this deck is that you're going to be using your Versago here to fuse with your Clayman and your Sparkmans, utilizing your Dark Fusion that you searched off your skill to summon out your Lightning Golem. You are then able to clear the way for your Lightning Golem to not only pop a monster on the field, but also spell and trap cards on the field, because you will use your normal summon to summon Breaker the Magical Warrior, or use Galaxy Cyclones to get rid of the back row. A Hero Lives is in here as additional copies of your Sparkman or Clayman if you absolutely need them. Reinforcements of the Army also allows you to get into your Sparkman and Clayman as well. Allure of Darkness allows you to draw into your cards a little bit better, and also, you know, get to your spell and trap card removal if you need it. Dark Calling is really nice with Dark Fusion because you actually are able in some scenarios to summon out 2 Lightning Golems in the same turn, and in turn have Galaxy Cyclone with Breaker the Magical Warrior to go for an OTK. But without further ado, we are going to jump right into this showcase. Funny enough, this is actually a rated duel. So I did play rated with this deck. I think it performs very well on the ladder. And yeah, I'm very excited to show you how it pops off pretty much. So starting off and everything, we are playing against I'm Just Going to Attack. And then they're going to draw into the Banisher of the Radiance, summoning the Banisher. So this is going to be the Joey Banisher deck, and they're going to set their offerings to the Doom face down, along with a Widespread Ruin, and as well with the Windstorm. They're going to go into battle phase. We're going to take a fat 1700, and then the turn will get passed off to us. We're going to draw for turn, drawing into the Versago. Activate the Galaxy Cyclone here. This is going to hit the offerings to the Doomed, and then which is going to get banished because of Banisher. And then we are going to summon Breaker the Magical Warrior here. This is going to allow us to use its counter here to pop another spell or trap card. Entering into the battle, we are going to go ahead and hit into the Banisher, but our Breaker gets sent to defense mode. Turn gets passed back to the opponent, who draws into Spellbinding Circle. They summon the Charging Guy, the Fierce Knight, give it a counter off the skill, and then attack us for the 1600, and then for a fat 2,000 damage. This will allow us to go into our turn. We draw for turn, drawing into Breaker. We're going to go for a Hero Lives here, paying a total of 150 life points, and then summon out the Elemental Hero Clayman. We are then going to go ahead and summon Breaker the Magical Warrior here, utilizing his effect to pop the Spellbinding Circle that is face down, and then we are going to move into the battle phase and attack the Banisher of the Radiance. Moving on into their turn, they're going to go ahead and draw for turn, drawing into another Banisher of the Radiance, and then proceed to not do anything because their Charging Guy can only go up to 2k, and our 2000 wall is pretty good as it sits. Drawing to the Dark Calling here, we are set to win the game. We go ahead and we utilize the skill here. This is going to add Dark Fusion to our hand, and then we are going to go ahead and use Dark Calling, sending the Clayman and the Versago to the banish pile due to Banisher of the Radiance, and then summoning out our Evil Hero Lightning Golem. We're going to utilize Lightning Golem's effect here, popping the Charging Guy, the Fierce Knight, and then proceeding to battle phase to hit over the Banisher. This is going to drop them all the way down to 800 life points. They're going to draw for turn, drawing into the Gaia, and then passing turn back off to us. We draw into the Versago, enter the battle phase, and hit for 2400. This is going to go ahead and enter into their turn. They're going to drawing into the Widespread Ruin, setting it face down, passing turn back off to us, to which we draw into another Dark Calling. We summon the Versago here because it is lethal at this moment, and we go ahead and hit for the 1100. They are actually going to play the Versago. We were playing around the Windstorm, which we did not see yet. Oh wait, yeah we did. We saw the windstorm earlier, so that's what we were playing around. And yeah, so that's just going to kill Versago, and then turn is going to pass. They're going to go ahead and summon the Charger Guy, the Fierce Knight, attack into the Thunder Giant, and then pass turn back to us. We go ahead and get a hero who lives again. We go ahead and spend the 75 life points to summon out the Sparkman here in defense mode, and then we are going to pass the turn back to the opponent, who draws into another Spellbinding. This is going to allow them to summon the Black Brachios and set a card face down, and we emit defeat there. Going on into game 2 here, you know, we have a little bit of the siding going on, and a little bit of a better opening, all things considered. We're going to go ahead and hit the standby main 1. They're going to go ahead and set the widespread and the charging Gaia, because we make them go first, and then they're passing turn back off to us. We're going to go to main 1, use the Allure here. We're going to draw 2, and then we are going to go ahead and banish the Versago. Allure again is going to allow us to get into the breaker here, and then banish it. We're going to then reinforcements of the army, go for the Sparkman, and then we are going to use Dark Unity, sending the Dark Calling to the graveyard, getting the Dark Fusion, utilizing the effect of the Dark Fusion, sending both Clayman and Sparkman to the graveyard to summon the Lightning Golem. We're then going to go ahead and utilize the effect of Lightning Golem to pop the monster, enter into the battle phase, and then attack right into this widespread ruin. They're going to pass turn off to the opponent here, who goes ahead and sets the card face down, summons the breaker, or the banisher, and then hits us for a fat 1700. Pass turn back to us. We draw into the Galaxy Cyclone, which is perfect for what we want to do here. We're going ahead and get rid of that face down, which is the Book of Moon, and then we are going to go ahead and use a Hero Lives, and then lose 16 or 1150 life points. My bad. I'm really bad at math. To summon out the Sparkman. In doing so, we are now going to use the Dark Calling here. This is going to banish both of our materials, summoning the Lightning Golem, utilizing the Lightning Golem here to pop the monster and do 4k damage. Going on into the next game, opponent opts for us to go first, opts for us to go first. We pass the turn off to the opponent. The opponent summons the Banisher, sets the Mind Crushes face down to the field, and then also sets the Book of Moon. They go ahead and hit us for a 1600 damage because they did not use the skill, but we do let them take it back, of course, because we're nice guys. Go ahead and draw for turn. Going into main 1, we're going to use a Hero Lives here, taking another 1150, and then we are again going to go right into the Elemental Hero Clayman. Summoning the Breaker the Magical Warrior here, we're going to go ahead and utilize its effect of being able to pop a spell trap card on the field. The lucky die told us the middle one's the one we want to hit, so we hit the Mind Crush. Going ahead and we're hitting the Breaker into the Banisher of the Radiance, but we get Book of Moon and set back face down. Opponent draws for turn, drawing into the Charging Guy, the Fierce Knight, and then utilizing it to attack into our 1000 defense. Drawing for turn, we draw into the Galaxy Cyclone, so we are free to do what we want to here. Using the Galaxy Cyclone here, we are going to hit the Mind Crush. They go ahead and blind Mind Crush here, and they call Dark Calling. We have Dark Fusion in hand, not Dark Calling. And then they're going to banish it. We're now going to use Dark Fusion, banishing the materials, and then we are going to summon the Lightning Giant here, and then Breaker, and then they concede because they misplayed. At this point, they're going to top deck. We're in a really good position. There's not a lot that they can really do in the situation that they were given. All in all, I think the deck performs very well. If you're looking for a very fun deck that competes on a competitive level, and yeah, I think this deck is really the deck for you. I think this deck is a deck that we should be looking at as a community right now. And yeah, if you enjoy this type of content, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe to see more, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.